Hey y'all, thanks for stopping in. Appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule, stop in and see what it is I'm up to. It's about 9:30 in the evening, Saturday the 29th of October, 2022. It is 68 degrees Fahrenheit out here in Jacksonville, Florida. Humidity is at 91%. It's been overcast, cloudy, kind of misty type of night. Uh, 20 degrees Celsius. So just thought I would sit out here. It's a nice night. I've got a cup of cocoa, sriracha. Oh, I fortified the package mix with a little bit of chocolate and some Mike's hot honey. Yeah. Oh man, that's tasty. So, uh, I get so many gifts from my subscribers, you people out there, and I try to acknowledge each and every one of them, but some of y'all send me massive packages, and things get shuffled aside, moved here, moved there, hidden. So, as I've been rearranging the house and moving, consolidating everything down into one half of my mobile home, I've been finding these things and putting them aside and saying, okay, I need to do something with that. So I pulled out two of them tonight because they've been here in the back of my head. Actually, I pulled them out the other night. I set them aside. They've been like just nickering in my ear, and so yeah, I figured it was time to go ahead and pull them out and do something with them. But I've got barbecue sauces. I've got hot sauces. I've got jams. I've got cookies. Uh, all kinds of stuff. I love it. I really do. I just can't keep up with it sometimes. So rest assured, if you have sent me something, I am most likely going to show it. Uh, there's a couple of things that I know I didn't do a video on the mustard that my friend from up there and way up there north in Georgia sent me. Um, but rest assured, I'm, I've found where to buy it, and I'm on like my fourth or fifth bottle. So I did. He sent me a barbecue sauce. That was another thing. He sent me a barbecue sauce. I need to locate that too because I used that one night. I had a package of uh, hot Italian sausage meatballs that I picked up from the local grocer, and they needed to get used up. So I popped them in the microwave for a little bit, and then put them in the crock pot and covered them with this barbecue sauce and threw in some peppers and onions and said, "Go for it." And oh my God, ah man, they were some of the best meatballs I have ever had. Meatball sandwiches, smashed up and put into a tortilla. Um, yeah, just eating them plain right out of the crock pot. Walk by with a fork and go, all right, let's get it. So even once they were cool, once they were chilled off and in the freezer, in the refrigerator, I just walk by and grab one with a fork and eat it like a meat lollipop. Oh man, that stuff was good. So uh, anyway, and I've got ideas in my head like the meat, or not the meat, yeah, ting, the mustard barbecue sauce. Every time I buy it, it's like, all right, I'm going to get some pulled pork and do the pulled pork with this, and zoom. I use the bottle up. It goes on hot dogs. It goes on hamburgers. It goes, yeah. So I know it'll be good on pulled pork. I know it's what it's meant for. You know. Um, Now that I'm sitting here thinking, it's like Shovelhead 8 did a spam salad, and I did my own version of it. You kind of grate your spam up and then make it up just like you do ham salad. So I think that spam salad would be really tasty with that mustard barbecue sauce. In fact, ham salad would be really tasty with that mustard barbecue sauce. So, uh, just a couple more ideas that I need to get around to making. Uh, so, as one of the other things, um, I was cleaning out a pantry area, some shelves and whatnot, and going through and making sure nothing is like super expired, and not expired, because I don't like that term. Canned food doesn't expire; it goes beyond its best by date, and it'll be good for 4, 5, 6, 7 years, as long as the cans are in decent shape. If it's more than 3 years past its date, though, yeah, I'll get rid of it. So anyway, I was going through a bunch of stuff. I came across a couple of small canned hams that had been put aside for the hurricane, and they've only just passed their best by date, so they're still good for a couple of years. But they were ones that I knew I had them, and I had looked at them a few times and passed them over, and man, that's tasty. Anyway, so I need to use them up and replace them or something. But I took I don't know 10 cans, 10 assorted miscellaneous type cans, and I took them up to where the what's the current term for them? It's not a hobo camp or a bum camp. So the homeless camps, um, near where I knew that that could use it would find it. So um, it's better than throwing it away, right? That's my thinking. And it's still good food. It's just well past its use by date. It's not like I'm taking you know hamburgers it's been sitting out for 3 months, and you know, this is just some canned foods. So anyhow, working on arranging and rearranging the shelves, getting things sort of kind of organized. I had a case of soup brought in. I was going to just leave it right in this box and put it down on the shelf, or had it down on the shelf. And I was like, I don't like that down there. So I pulled it out. And good thing I did, because inside the box was the actual case of soup. Like, they just took the case of soup and put it in a box, still in its, the flat packaging, the flat cardboard box and the plastic. So that was inside the box. So I took that all out, got it all set up on the shelves, and uh, reorganized another shelf, because there were a few things that had been on the shelf I wanted to use, but they were like, some beans and uh, different types of beans. I think it was like a 4 bean salad, and uh, chili beans, spicy chili beans, another type of beans, and some sort of a chili. So ended up rearranging the shelf with all the beans on it, and reorganizing the chili shelf. Uh, You get started on trying to do one thing, get sidetracked, start doing another. I finally got all those. What is it? I don't even remember what it is. Uh, Hamburger, steak, and potato, something or other from Chunky Soup. So I ended up getting all those up where I wanted them to, and pulled out some of the other soups and got them on that shelf. And yeah, slowly but surely, it's coming around. But uh, have well, I just had a thought in my head and it went boom, like you know, butterfly. I understand where my grandkids get that stuff because I've got it. Anyway, I thought I was going to go ahead and tell a story on here tonight. What kind of time are we at? We're at 10 minutes. I might go ahead and do that. I kid about my ADHD and butterfly type, losing my train of thought or whatever. Um, there's a thing called TBI, traumatic brain injury. A lot of boxers get it. It's basically adult shaken baby syndrome. So I've got that, and I've come by it not because I'm a boxer, but I've had numerous head injuries, concussions. I was about 15, so that would have been 50 years ago. And I was out riding with my best friend, and we went by this girl's house. This girl would later become my wife. But of course, nobody was out. Her or her cousins, so we kept on going. And she lived on like the top of a hill, and we were riding down that hill, and he was on one side of the road, I was on the other side. And a car backed out of driveway right in front of me, and I hit that car, bam, and Superman, like 50 or 60 feet before I came down and hit the ground. So his mom was on the first aid squad, and when they got there, she knew and she realized who it was. Um, she immediately called my mom and whatnot. So anyway, that was like I didn't know. I don't remember hitting the car. I don't remember going past Red's house. I barely remember putting air in the tire on my bike before we went for a bike ride. That's really the last thing I remember. So that I remember. Other things I've been told. So anyway, I was in the hospital I was in a coma for like 2 days or 2.5, 3 days, something like that. And when I came to, I was still, you know, kind of Tweety Bird thing going around your top of your head. My eyes wouldn't focus. So there was some, you know, brain injury going on. Did some did some testing, did some rehab and this, that, and the other thing, and moved on. I think I'd also broken 3 fingers and my arm. So step one. Uh, I don't fully remember the second time. That was an accident, a car accident out in Arkansas. I rolled my car down into a ditch, and I don't remember anything from the evening. I woke up in the hospital 2 days later, something like that, a day and a half later, and again, some brain injury going on there. I've had a couple uh, since then. I've fallen off a roof that I was painting, came down and broke this arm again, and knocked myself out. Had a bad concussion. Broke my cheek. Um, broke a collarbone. That one, I think. Yeah. So let's see. There was a couple other small ones, and then I had the big one at the racetrack. Um, the car came through the fence, and that was 86, July of 86. So whatever that was, 30, 34, 35 years ago. And that broke my entire face. Broke, shattered the back of my head. Broke my neck. Cracked my neck anyway. And again, I was in and out of consciousness for a while on that. 2 surgeries. Died on the table during one of them, and they brought me back. So missed him. Dang palmetto bugs. So like I said, I've had numerous head injuries. So I guess this isn't really a story, huh? And I think I've covered some of this before, but I think the one that's running into my head right now. Do I have time to tell it? Yeah. The last major accident that I had, the last major injury. I was driving a 10-wheel dump truck here in Jacksonville, and we had been on the Naval Air Station. They're ripping up the taxiways and whatnot, all the asphalt. It had loads of the ripped up asphalt in the back of the truck. Excuse me. I got out on the interstate running to where we were supposed to be dumping, and a pickup truck came in on one of the entrance ramps, and he came flying in, and like he came in next to me, and the traffic in front, somebody hit their brakes, so he kind of dove right in front of me. Like there wasn't a car's length between the car in front of him and the front of my dump truck, and he came over and cut me off. His back bumper hit my right front tire and popped it at 70 miles an hour. Yeah. That big girl stood up on her nose. Somehow I wrenched the wheel back, and then she went back down on her nose, got down on that right corner, stood up on her nose, did a complete pirouette, came down and rolled 3 times, and then slid down the side of the highway. Meantime, I'm sitting in the seat, shoulder straps on, but I'm out of it. It's just slipped right. I slipped right out of it. I'm holding onto the steering wheel, leaning down across the cab, and the road was speeding by me 6, 8 inches away. I got knocked around, beaten, bang, boom, bop, blop. Fractured my neck, fractured my shoulder. It didn't knock me out that time, but I had enough other injuries, and it was just the final straw that broke the camel's back, pretty much literally. So the truck finally came to a stop, and I was hanging there. I couldn't let go of the steering wheel. I guess I was just afraid to or whatever. But some guy came through the busted out windshield and helped release my belt and get me down and out. And I'm out and I'm standing by the truck and I'm trying to light a cigarette. And I was shaking so bad that they could not come together. And the prettiest state trooper you ever wanted to see came up, took the cigarette out of my mouth and lit it and handed it back to me. And she said, I saw everything that happened and we've got him pulled over the next intersection or whatever. So, when I say that I've had an active life, battered and bruised and broken, and that's just a little bit of it. That's not counting paragliding accidents or water skiing accidents, snow skiing accidents, bicycle, well, the one bicycle accident, but there were others, a motorcycle accident. Anyway, if you would like more stories on my past, or just stories, I guess, events, anyway, let me know what you think. And in the meantime, let me know what you think about tonight. And give me a thumbs down or thumbs up. Leave me a comment wherever it is y'all leave comments on your internet access device of choice. If you'd like to share me around your social media, that'd be fandoculous. If you want to check me out on Facebook or Instagram, I probably won't have that down in the description. That's all my other type of videos, not my vlogs. But if your loved ones are nearby, give them a kiss and a hug. If they're not, give them a call. Hit them up on Facebook. Let them know you think about them. Let them know you love them. We ain't promised tomorrow, people. We ain't promised their next breath. So I'll see y'all again. I hope you have a fandoculous day. Salachi, y'all. Where are you? Salachi, y'all. I was over at Pandemonium Palace the other night. I was doing that. And the youngest grandbrat said, Pop, what if we don't have Facebook? I said, well, then give me a call. He says, you mean text? Yeah, buddy, go ahead and text me.